Hello Pngtuber and shitters. Welcome to my little tutorial on how to make a Pngtuber using Veado-Tube Mini. Specifically the mini version. So Veado-Tube Mini is a little application made by some guy that allows you to take an image and make it dynamically interact with, well, your mic. Whenever you speak, it moves, like my character right now. So the download link is going to be the same. I'll probably be looking at some point, probably the same time I send over this video, but it'll be right over there. So I'll pull up my showcase. Here, I made quite a few characters in the past. I need to full screen it. There we are. So Veado-Tube has a few things that you can do. Let's actually first make a new one. So we're going to play on. I'll use my very first one as a base. So, when you want to make something first, you need a closed mouth image and an open mouth image. Those are the bare minimum. You could also add a closed mouth blinking and a open mouth blinking if you want to make them blink. In this old model, I think my current model, I have blinking. Like that. That took a while. But yes, I can make them blink. Instead of blinking probably is over here. Depending on how long you want it, how often it is, how long it is, so on and so forth. But to make a character, you only need at least 2 images, or even just one actually if you really are a bit too arse, or at least your character isn't quite, or you can't think of a way to dynamically make your character seem like you're talking. If you have a mouth, make them open the mouth. If you don't, then just make them have a different pose. My character doesn't have a mouth, so I've tried displaying them in many different ways. But my first method was this. I use lines. I do it first. But the image you have to have is just the idle and talking. To change it, you first click on the closed mouth image section and just click replace image. Or in the case of this, in case if it's empty, it will be add image. And if you might have noticed before, you can also add GIFs. The character another one of my thing that I made is this. Seal. You can use GIFs. GIFs is a perfectly good option if you want to give a bit more effort. You don't have to, but it will be cooler. Yes. In here, you can also mess around a few settings. Over in display settings, you can, if you know how to on OBS, you can set it to background to be transparent, give you a lot of transparency, or you can just use a color and color key it out. In the roving setting, you can also change the name of the window. In this case, I named it Showcase. But I do have a secondary tab here that is called Notch 1. That's me. Me on screen. But yes, so you can have it has a different name, which makes it a lot easier if you're gonna have multiple different sprites. I don't think not sprites, multiple different sprites, characters on screen. Of course, I don't think you would need to, but if you did, you can do that. Resync. This thing, I don't have to use a web server to be honest. It exists. You don't know how to use it, but it exists. You can also mess around with your micro settings. I would recommend using Silero to make your character, well, not move based on background noise. Because you can use Silero, use none, but with none, background noise will trigger it. For example, me snapping triggered it. Turn on Silero and does it. If you have if your place is very noisy, you can use Oculus. I don't recommend it because in my experience, there's a delay. Because Oculus has to recognize a voice first, and in some cases, it might have a delay before I can start moving. So that's why I tend to use Silero. Yes. Let's see if I can make one real quick. Here's the talking V7 that I was going to set example. Let's replace this top image with... can't think of a funny one. I guess I'll use these. Overthinking? Nah, I forgot to fix that. Fix that. Wait. Hello. Hello. Well, just make your character, just replace the image with, any and all character reviews. I'll delete this one though. Yes. Now, this is Vin's, but you can also, but in the case of a character that does not, a face, sorry, I guess a mouth or any distinctive method of talking, you may need to be a bit creative, or at least add some alternate method. In my case, I have no mouth, so I tend to portray myself with either an extended hand, like this one, which I didn't end up quite using, but I do have it, or in my podcast version, yeah, command style, I have more lines. I tend to use lines, it's a lot more easier. Also have other models here, a Ben's older model, a friend's old model, Ray, and some previous models that I didn't quite use either. Hello. Hello. But yes, that is it. Hopefully this was somewhat useful. Off Wiedersehen.